Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas. Today, we're looking at intellectual property strategy, but probably not in the way you're used to thinking about it.
So, let me ask you this. What if every decision you made about your brand, your inventions, your creative work, what if it was all like playing a card in a high-stakes game against your competitors?
Well, it turns out, in the world of IP, that's pretty much exactly what it is. So let's run with that idea and reframe this whole thing as a strategic trading card game.
Okay, first things first. Every game you've ever played starts with resources, right? You need something to power your moves, and you need to know what those moves are going to cost you. And business? Yeah, it's no different. You know, in card games, some cards don't even attack. Their entire job is what players call gen money. They're there to generate the mana or the energy you need to play your really powerful cards later in the game. It's the engine that makes your whole strategy run.
And this maps perfectly onto IP. A card that generates resources? That's just like a famous character bringing in steady cash flow from t-shirts and toys. A card that reduces the cost of other cards. That's like a business innovation that makes everything more efficient. And drawing more cards to get an advantage. That's like unlocking new business opportunities that your competition just doesn't have access to.
But here's the catch. Nothing is ever free. Every single powerful card you want to play has a cost. It's the price you have to pay to get that card from your hand and onto the battlefield.
And in the IP world, that cost is very, very real. It's the time, the money, the sheer effort it takes to develop a character, register a patent, or keep a trademark alive. It's the investment you have to make to put your card on the table.
All right, so you've paid the cost, you've got your cards in play. How do we even know if they're any good? Well, every IP asset, just like a game card, has two fundamental stats we need to talk about: attack and health.
Let's start with attack, or ATK. In a game, it's simple, pure, raw power. In business, an IP's attack is its ability to make money. We're talking revenue from movie tickets, merchandise sales, you name it. A high attack value means you've got a serious cash cow on your hands.
But all that offense means nothing if you can't take a punch. That's where health points, or HP, come in. This is a card's ability to take a hit and stay in the game. For an IP, HP is its resilience. It's the fierce brand loyalty, the strong fan base that protects it when competitors or market changes come knocking.
And this really shows you the crucial balancing act. High attack brings in the money, for sure, but high HP is what makes sure your asset survives long enough to keep bringing in that money. Think about it. A summer blockbuster has massive attack, but a beloved character with a die-hard fan base, that's incredible HP. That's how it can last for decades.
Okay, so stats are important, but the best players, they know the game is won with special moves. We're talking about those game-changing cards that can flip the entire board in a single turn.
Let's talk about spell cards. You play them, they have this massive one-time effect, and then poof, they're gone. This is exactly like a major strategic move in business. A huge movie release is a spell that generates a ton of revenue, but it's a temporary burst.
Now, event cards are kind of similar, but they're more about seizing a sudden opportunity. In the IP world, this is that surprise licensing deal that gets your character onto a new line of products, or that marketing campaign that just goes viral out of nowhere. It's a game-changing moment you have to be ready for.
Now, some of the very best cards have a built-in skill or an ability. And this isn't a one-and-done spell. It's a permanent quality that makes that card totally unique. In business, this is your IP's secret sauce, its unique selling proposition.
Let's make this really concrete. We can think of different IP types as being like character classes or factions in a game, each with its own special skill. Patents? They're your heavy armor, incredible protection, but super expensive and slow to get. Trade secrets are all about stealth. They protect you instantly, but if your secret gets out, you're exposed. And trademarks? They're your support unit. They build that brand loyalty that makes your entire lineup stronger.
So we've got all these pieces, all these different card types. The big question is, how do you put it all together to actually win? You have to start thinking like a master deck builder. Look, relying on just one blockbuster IP, that's like having only one super powerful card in your entire deck. It's just too risky. A real winning strategy comes from a balanced deck, a diverse portfolio of assets where all the different types of IP work together and support each other. That's how you become resilient and powerful.
So here's your game plan, your 4 steps to a killer IP deck. 1. Fill it with assets that have high attack power, serious revenue potential. 2. Make sure they also have high HP so they can survive in the market. 3. Manage your costs. You've got to be able to afford to play your best cards. And finally, number 4. Use your unique abilities and those game-changing spells to completely outplay the competition.
Once you start thinking like this, I promise you will never see the brands around you the same way again. So I'll leave you with this question. Think about your favorite company or franchise. What's its highest attack card? What gives it all its HP? And what spell do you think they're going to play next?